Ladies and gentlemen, Tiki Barber is on trial. And here's why. Yesterday,
Yes.
Tiki Barber walked into the studios of WFAN like one of us, like a fan. He had his University of Virginia sweatshirt. He had his University of Virginia socks.
Nobody saw them, but they were there.
But they were there because he's a fan, and I respect that. But the one thing I don't respect about fans is when they hide after a loss.
What do you mean hide?
Have I put all my Brooklyn Nets stuff away? No.
No.
Do I put my Mets stuff away when things go bad? No. In fact, the time our teams need the most support is after losses and after embarrassments. When the Nets lost Game 7 of the Bucks a few years ago, I showed up decked out in Nets stuff. When the Mets lost to the Padres a few years, Mets stuff. When the Jets ended their season in disgrace, Jets stuff. Tiki Barber shows up today looking very handsome, might I say. A pink button-down with like a sweater vest on top. Where's your Virginia stuff,
I had to
T?
church it up a little bit, man.
Why?
Because I can't be a fan today of that team.
Excuse me?
That team. My Cavaliers.
You can't be a fan of them?
No, they were so bad yesterday.
That's not how fandom
I honestly
works, bro.
thought it was a mistype on my apps
Oh, when you saw the score?
at halftime.
35-10 or whatever the hell it was?
14. 14
Yeah, I know.
points.
Yeah, it's bad.
It was bad, embarrassingly bad. And you know what? I kind of knew it was going to happen. My buddy texted me right before the game. He's like, good luck to Virginia. I said, I'm not optimistic. And I was right.
You had Robert Titus, ladies and gentlemen.
It was so right. You're wearing off on me.
I'm not wearing off on you because I would have showed up today supporting my team even if they got embarrassed.
Well, I mean, my kids are at Princeton and Brown, so.
So now you're just switching teams.
Good luck. You're dead to me. No.
But yesterday you were a fan. Now today they're dead to you?
No, they're not dead to me. I'll be back when football season comes around.
All right, let's go to our jury. Sean Morash is the captain of wearing sports jerseys and hats of every team in the world. Did Tiki Barber commit a sports fan crime?
Yeah, big time.
Oh, come on.
I always wear at least something, even if it's a sock.
My
of
underwear are UVA.
Well, pull them down. Let's see.
Yeah, prove it, big shot.
You always, the day after elimination, you have to stand in unity and say, I'm here for the shots, and I'm here for the support.
We'll be back.
You can't wave the pom-poms on game day and put them away the morning after elimination.
Big problem.
No, it's not. It's my alma mater.
Well, so far
I'm there forever.
So far, the jury's against you, Loogie. I assume you're going to be against them too. How can you not be?
No, I'm team Tiki on this one.
Thank you, Loogie.
Tiki has to carry the flag for basically the only guy on the show that bathes on a daily basis. So he has to look good. He has to look sharp. He repped Virginia yesterday. He's always going to rep the Wahoo Wah. It's not like he's running in high. He's here. So
No.
Everybody knows I'm a Cavalier. They know it.
I would have preferred then, if that's your point, Loogie, that he flip-flopped it. That yesterday he wears nothing and he looks pretty.
Yeah, but
and
the
then
game
today
was yesterday.
It's game day.
I'm watching the game. I got to be wearing my gear.
They don't need your support on game day. They need your support after they got embarrassed on national
Why?
TV.
They'll be forgotten today.
No, they're not forgotten. Everybody's blaming them for St. John's and Seton Hall not getting tournament bids. They're being like assaulted in this area.
All right, blame NC State, blame Oregon, blame the bid stealers because there was a lot of them.
There are moments in which I look at you and say, Tiki's becoming one of us as a sports fan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's a professional athlete, was a professional athlete, but, man, he's a sports fan. Last week, when you said to Saquon what we all wanted to say, that's a sports fan. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was a moment, a real moment, especially after what Saquon pulled today, and we'll get to that a little bit later on in the show. We were right about that snake. What?
I think we have an impromptu game of how much does Tiki know about Tiki?
How much does Tiki know about Tiki?
Tiki Barber, in your professional career, how many times were you on a team that scored as many or more points than your Virginia Cavaliers scored last night at 42? I have the answer.
I'm going to say 4.
3 times. They scored
Close.
42 points once and 44 points twice. You run an
I
offense.
remember the 44-point one. What was the 42 again?
42, I don't know the date. Oh, September 11th, 2005. So probably the opener.
Right.
But either way, that's sad. That's a basketball team, Tiki. You were a football team.
As sad as the basketball team was, and it was sad. It was an embarrassing game, especially after we all got treated to that classic between Howard and Wagner. That was awesome. Especially that kid getting 3 cracks to tie the game. And by the way, by that point, I was rooting for Wagner. I was like, Staten Island strong. Let's go. Staten Island, Staten Island. I was trying to be local, even though I have an affinity for Howard. But that was a great game. It was a bad game, but it was a great game, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
College basketball is bad and great at the same time.
Well, you get a team that can't make shots. They They're shooting. It's not like they don't have open looks. They're just not going down. It gets ugly.
Yeah,
And that's
I watch it every night in the NBA. It's called the Brooklyn
Well,
Nets.
it's true, but this is what happened to the Cavaliers last night.
Yeah.
Sometimes those shots go down. They did not.
No, so they could make a shot. They were embarrassing, and then you decided you're not a fan of them anymore.
I am a fan
so
of
I'm
them.
very disappointed in your
I
fandom.
just don't need to remind people how bad they were.
No,
last night.
support them after a loss.
I do support them.
No, you're not. You hit all your socks away.
We have seen TMZ pictures of Rondé Barber, Joe Harris, and Chris Canty all wearing Virginia stuff today.
Stop. That is an absolute,
Go
that's an
kiss ass.
Absolute lie. Unless you're at the Valspar Championship, where Rondé, I'm sure, is today, there is no picture of Rondé wearing UVA gear. And I know he's particularly less interested than I am because they didn't recruit his daughter to play lacrosse there. And while he's paying tuition at William & Mary, just like I'm paying $78,000 for Brown and Princeton apiece, guess what, UVA? Do good, and then we'll come back and support you.
Okay. Boom! Yeah. Hit him hard. By the way.